Do you ever feel like you're running from one fire to the next instead of actually leading? Today, I'll show you how to shift from reactive to strategic leadership so you can lead with impact and authenticity. I want to quickly introduce one of my frameworks. It is called the Powerful Leadership Transformation. And it's really a leadership, a self-leadership framework, I should say, which is based on 4 pillars, and they are a self-empowering mindset and heart set, distinctive uniqueness, body and energy conscious presence, and inspired and effective action. So, this is about a lot more than we'll be addressing in this live here today. But in a nutshell, it's a self leadership framework that focuses on things like mindset, identifying your unique brilliance and utilizing it too, and business presence, and other types of elements that are related to those so that you can then take effective action. Okay, within the broader topic of self-leadership, today I want to briefly talk about how to shift from reactive to strategic leadership by applying a few simple tools. Why simple? Because simple is good. Simple is what we remember. And when we have simple techniques or tools, then we do them more easily than very complex ones. So here you go. Reactive leadership keeps leaders and teams constantly in firefighting mode, always responding to problems, or rather reacting to problems instead of anticipating them. And this lack of foresight creates confusion and misalignment because priorities shift all the time without warning. And over time, the constant pressure to react erodes trust and, of course, clarity as well, and leaves a team exhausted. And that's not what you probably want. The result then is burnout, or just really a state of stress for both leaders and their people, their teams, because there's no space for strategic thinking or sustainable progress. And that can feel very erratic. Now, when leaders, on the other hand, step back to think strategically, they really set time aside for this, they create clarity and direction instead of chaos. Intentional leadership aligns everyone around shared priorities. So, this is when teams then know what truly matters. And that's really important, because if, as a team member, I don't know what's important, then I cannot set my own priorities in my activities. And this approach of strategic thinking and communication fosters calm, it fosters trust, it brings the stress levels down, and it brings more focus to the team because challenges are anticipated rather than constantly reacted to. The result is a healthier, more energized team, a more enthusiastic team, probably too, a team that can perform at its best and that is also inspired to do it. So, strategy, intention, clarity, and transparency are key here. Does do you sometimes feel like firefighting takes up 50% or more of your time? Then let me suggest 3 mini lessons for quick wins. The 3 mini lessons are: quick win number 1, the CEO hour. What is that? The CEO hour. It's 1 hour weekly to think strategically instead of just reacting. To really set that time apart. And this is for you to review big picture goals, identify key risks, and make one strategic decision in that hour. This builds proactive leadership muscle if you do this repeatedly. And here's the important piece that many leaders forget: communicating the strategy to your team and the why behind the strategy. Very, very important. The quick win number 2 that I want to talk about today here is the strategic pause. What is that? It's a 60-second break before reacting to any urgent demand. That might sound counterproductive, because if you are in a situation of urgency, you would think that you have to react right away, but that's not always most beneficial. So ask, is it mine to handle? Is this really up to me, or can someone else take over? Maybe someone in your team, maybe a colleague if you are in corporate. If you're an entrepreneur, it probably would be someone in your team. Anyway, right? So, and then also, does this align with our priorities? This can help you prevent overcommitment if it's about your own priorities, and it creates space for better decisions, whether it's about your own priorities or the team's priorities. And hopefully they go together. The quick win number 3 is about reframing challenges. What is this about? It's about turning obstacles into opportunities. How do you use this? Well, simply call what you used to call failures or adversity experiences. Use a different word and notice how this already takes the weight off this situation. Words matter. They have a certain meaning. They have the meaning we give them, right? So what comes with the meaning adversity or challenge or failure or mistake? Not really necessarily a solution. When we use the word experience or situation, would be another example for the instead, then we can just see it as such, an experience, a situation, and we deal with it, we address it. So use a different word and notice how this already takes weight off the situation. This can help you build resilience and strategic thinking, and it protects you from victim mentality and from resentment, both against others or towards others and towards yourself, right? Or any other emotions that are not really beneficial in that situation. Now, let's quickly go over the 3 again: the CEO hour, the strategic pause, and reframing challenges into experiences. This is how you're not just moving from reactive to responsive, but you're also leading more strategically. So I would like to encourage you to use at least one of these quick wins this week consistently, and then share in the comments how it's worked for you. I also invite you to visit my frameworks page of my website, transformyourperformance.com, to find out more about my leadership frameworks. As you visit that page, you will see that there are several different leadership frameworks. And you may ask, why several different frameworks and not just one? Well, that's because over time, I've seen a need to address my clients' needs and situations from different angles. Some leaders need to start mainly with self-leadership, mindset, building clarity, confidence, leader presence. while other clients are ready to focus primarily on team engagement and elevating their teams. Of course, the two always go hand in hand, but people come to leadership coaching at different stages and with different scenarios, and therefore with different priorities. Some don't even have a team yet, while others have large teams but feel like they're constantly firefighting. So, those frameworks are designed to meet leaders wherever they are and give them practical tools they can use immediately. In this live series, I'll pick and choose some of the important components of leadership from those frameworks, things that I can easily share here on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And I'll see you here again next week for a session on authentic leadership presence. And I'll do my best to be here around the same times every Thursday in the next few weeks around 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And I'm saying goodbye for now. Make it an awesome week in between, and see you next week.